What is going on, guys? It's your boy Dan here, and we are looking at another DC McFarlane figure. As you can tell, we're looking at Clayface from Batman the Animated Series. Before we get into it, though, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate that, or if you could do that. Also made a Discord. Had Discord for a couple weeks now. No one has joined it, so if you'd like to be one of the first people to join it, please do. Link for that is also in the description. But anyway, let's look at this figure. Now, I just want to talk a little bit about the line here for the animated series figures. I have a couple, and I remember way back in the day when DC Direct was making the figures, the original Batman the Animated Series figures, and I actually have a couple of them, but I never really got in fully into line, like where I bought almost all the figures. I know I have Batman, I know I have Bane and the Riddler. I think I may have a Joker as well. I'm not positive, but I have at least like 3 figures. But then when McFarlane made the line, they had like the New Adventures of Batman. So I got a couple of those figures. I got like the Condiment King wave and the Lockout figure wave. I didn't get the Maxi Zeus wave, although I really wanted it. I really wanted Maxi Zeus in particular. But it came with the third Batman figure, which I didn't want. It came with the Joker. I didn't really care for, like the Christmas edition. And all I really wanted from that wave was Two-Face and the Build-A-Figure and Batgirl. So I didn't pick that up. I may go back and pick it up because I do have the other waves. Yeah, and this is from the animated series. So this is technically not the same line. But, you know, the New Adventures of Batman and the Batman animated series are, I believe they're supposed to be one after the other. So, like, they are part of the same series, but lots of the characters change stuff. But, yeah, look at Clayface here. This is from Batman the Animated Series. One of the best episodes, from what I can remember, from the show. And he comes with a lot here. Now, this I got at Best Buy. I'm not sure if it was exclusive to Best Buy, but I do like getting my figures from Best Buy. I think they're really a really good place to get figures. If you don't know they sell figures, now you do. But he comes with an axe. He comes with like his mace. He comes with, this looks like a hook kind of thing, but we'll see that when I take it out. And he's looking really nice. I'm excited to open him up. You know, it's one of those figures where it's like, I don't really collect the animated series as much as I really would love to just have all of them. I don't have them all because they're expensive now. But I decided to get Clayface, even though who knows if we'll ever get these figures again because McFarlane is losing the license. But anyway, let me open it up and let's take a look. All right, guys, so we are back here with Clayface out of the packaging. And my thoughts this figure kind of like, nice, okay. You know, and if you're wondering what the noises that just came out of my mouth meant, don't worry, I will elaborate. But for those of you who did get it, you know. I think this figure is pretty good. It's just, there are things about him just like, really? Like, for one, like, look at this massive, like, joint here. It doesn't move. He can go back, but he can't go forward at all. Just a common thing with all DC McFarlane figures. And I know these animated figures have very particular articulation, but I'm like, really? Like, we couldn't get him going forward at all? And then the head, to me, just, like, if you look at it, it's just it's very wobbly. I would have preferred it be not wobbly. But other than that, I'm liking this figure. One of the things I really like is arms. They come off really simply, so you can put in all the different like weapons and all that. I will say this ball here, I just know it's gonna break. Like, it's cool, and I don't want to judge it because it hasn't broken yet, but I just feel like it will break at some point very soon. Like, it's not gonna be something like years later, it's like, oh, it finally broke. It's like, I feel like this is going to break within like the year. Anyway, let's go over some of these accessories that he comes with. First, I will show off his sweet card here. Looking nice. Oh! But So he comes with a couple. He also has issue standing, as do most McFarlane toys. He comes with this sweet axe, which I really like. And from what I can tell, you can use any of these on either arm. They don't look like they'd be out of place. Comes with this really nice hook. I think look really nice. Some nice detail, some sculpting. And then obviously the ball here. Looking good, like I said, I don't want to judge. I just feel like that chain is going to break. I'm playing with it more. It actually does feel a little more sturdy. It looked in the packaging that it would break. And here's his other head, which is probably what I will have him displayed as. So, yeah, let's go over the figure now too. So, then I'll start swapping out some accessories. So, I'm going to go over his articulation. Sorry, his arm was giving me a little bit of fuss there. So, like I said, he doesn't move forward at all. If you want to get him bent over, you got to do that. You got to move it at the hips, not at the ab. He does go back a little bit, which is nice. And then the arms do have full, actually really nice articulation. They go out pretty far. And they are, so you can see how they're kind of like a double jointed. They're more like a ball joint there, so you can swap out all the different attachments, which is nice. I would have maybe liked some articulation here at the wrists, which he doesn't have. But I guess not the worst thing. I really would have kind of preferred it. Because there's something, if I want him to hold his hands kind of like this, holding up, the forearms just look weird. But just a little bit. I mean, it's not a huge thing. He's butt giant clay monster. You're not supposed to look all put together. But, yeah. Like that then. So here at the legs, he has a kick out a little bit, go back a little bit, and this thing when they come out. And that does look weird. However, that's kind of been what the animated series do. The animated series figures do. So I'm not really upset about it. It's hard. It's a hard joint to get like that look that they have in the show and then get them posing. So I understand there are limitations and stuff, and there are those Mondo figures, which I know do really well. Those are $200 figures. Those are different. Those better have the best articulation. But yeah, he's looking good. There's some good detail. I just took off his arm. See there's detail here and there all over him with the clay. And he has 3 fingers. Interesting. Anyway, let's start putting on some of his accessories. I want to put on the new head sculpt. The head just feels very wobbly to me, which I don't love. I feel like I'm talking a lot of shit about this figure, but it actually is pretty cool. This head, no, not any more stable. But let's give him his axe here. And his hook. Saw the ball before. It looks weird. I get why these don't have the articulation at the ankles, but they just look weird. Maybe they just look weird. The axe in particular looks weird. It's not at the right angle. This is where it would naturally sit. Like this. And I'd rather it sit like this or something, but then the forearm looks really weird. It looks like it's backwards. Interesting, but the figure looks nice. I'm happy about it, and I think people will like this figure a lot too. It does have some quirks here that I don't love, but yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna try and pose him up a little bit, and I'll be back to my closing thoughts. Okay, so here he is in this pose. Not a bad pose for him. I like it. He's cool. I think people will like this figure. This is technically a remake. This figure came out, like I said, way long ago before McFarlane had the line, and it was a DC Direct figure. And that figure, if you didn't know, is extremely expensive. So the fact they re-released it and made it's nice. I think it's very comparable to the one that came out almost 10 years ago. I just think, maybe you'd want it to maybe make some upgrades over 10 years. But it's not a bad figure. Another comment too I wanted to just mention is, those older figures, they never had like a shine. They had like a matte finish to them, so they weren't shiny. And all the newer ones have that shiny coat on them. You can see he's very reflective in all the lights in my room. So, I kind of prefer the older look, but that's just my own personal preference. This shinier look, maybe people like it, just not for me. But it's a solid figure. Like I said, I think people will like this figure if you're making your Batman the Animated Series line. It's just, it falls in that category right now, or as do all McFarlane toys of, is it worth collecting this if I can't get all of them because McFarlane's losing the line? And honestly, I could totally see Mattel not really addressing Batman the Animated Series figures for a while, But anyway, guys, I'm just curious what your thoughts are on this figure. Are you guys going to pick it up? It's really not that expensive. I mean, at least to me, like $40 for this figure is about right, and you can just go to like Best Buy and pick one up. Not bad, Maybe people think $40 is too much. I think it's fine. But anyway, guys, like I said, let me know, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and like the video. Love you. Roar. He's like got an Instagram that just goes around Walmart and just finds the dinosaur toys and just like, roar. Love that guy. That's what Clayface reminds me of. Anyway, peace out.